So, Assalamu alaikum. Let us sum now what we have talked about. We talk about there is a lot of people, they call us to fire, impersonate in reality, liberalism, and you name it, and secularism, and they wear Islamic clothes, and they have the Islamic position, and they get the PhD business, and they run the schooling academia and all this stuff, and hijack Islam and completely destroy it. They call it soft power. They do it in a soft way. Okay? Then you have the militia, you have the army of the Shia and the army of Wahhabi fighting each other and get us trapped in it. And they try to attract some of our youth to get into this revenge vendetta business. It's amazing. Then later he found that the power outside giving them orders, and the people, go along. For example, in Yemen, you have Shafi'i and Houthi people. Houthi people, they follow a very nice Shia'ite who respect Abu Bakr and Umar and Lady Aisha, okay, called Zaydiyah. Suddenly Zaydiyah jump in bed with the Shia 12 Imams who curse Lady Aisha and curse Abu Bakr and Umar and. Okay? And they give them weapons and start fighting in Yemen. Then you have Muslim Brotherhood play games and this and that. And so at the end, Islam get in trouble because weapon introduced to society. In Islam, we don't use weapon. Nobody use sword inside Islamic society. Not use gun in Islamic society. You have hisbah, a little beating, little thing, but no guns, no killing. Because it's Islamic society. So of course, Wahhabi and otherwise say you are not a Muslim, so you are kafir, they turn it on battle. No, it is Islamic society. Why? Because you hear azan, people praying, things like that. You cannot say this is not Islamic society. But they will come and find a little silly thing and say this, I found a big in the street, so this is kafir society. Hey, come on, lighten up, give me a break. So now, the Sunni should pull out of all this. The less you get in, you will have less people fighting each other, but you will jump in the ocean with them, you start swimming with them, then you have a huge, two army, right? So the Ahl Sunnah want to pull out of all this, all right? And you follow the lovely Imams like Imam Shafi'i, Abu Hanifa, and so forth, Imam Malik, all right? So some now about Aqidah that we have introduced some idols. I'm the first one to call them idols, and they can pull out of it. 4 fingers, neck is empty, the throne like God. Oh, can you just move out a little? Because we went to put Prophet Muhammad. How about giving us 4 fingers from their seat? Come on. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, He doesn't have an ass. You said by ass. Human beings said by ass. God has no ass. I'm telling you, plain. Oh, we didn't say ass, the Darwish, you said it. Hey, come on. When you tell me our setting, means setting what? As a matter of fact, Ibn Taymiyyah, Ibn Battuta is very famous like Marco Polo of Muslims. He went to Syria, entered Jum'ah. Ibn Taymiyyah giving a lesson in the mosque, Amawi mosque. So Ibn Taymiyyah, this guy recording. Nobody sent him. He just from Hajj, went to Syria and toured the world. So Ibn Taymiyyah came down and said, God, come down like me coming down. It means he used his own ass to give a representation of coming of God. It means God has an ass like him. Another guy called the Mashqiyah, he said, I sit on the throne, I sit on the donkey, God sit on the throne like me sitting in a donkey. Hey, come on. Don't get like revolting, This is revolting. So they give this body movement, okay? They say, oh, no, body not like other bodies. What you mean, whore like, not like horse, other horse? What difference makes? It's one class. Okay? So they play by words. And these things we never order to discuss it. And you bring all this using logic and limitation. Imam Ghazali is wonderful. You know what he said? He said, we are so limited like a fly. Land on a guy writing with a feather, with ink, liquid ink. So the fly land on one side and look at the ink. It look like ocean because it has a small eye, and the ink writing a word is like the other side of the ink, little not dry. It's like ocean for it. You can see the limited like that. Doesn't see this is the writing makes sense by a finger with a feather, coming from big hand and arm and brain designing a beautiful handwriting. So the fly has so limitations. So you see, you are limited like that. So don't come and try to divine who's Allah. Allah, who is what he said about himself, what his prophet said about him, and stop it. And don't drag me, try to tell me 4 fingers, okay? 4 fingers, then Wahhabi say 4 fingers, then Ikhwan Muslimin come and tell you 4 fingers, okay? And these fingers, and the bad people say 1 finger like that, you know, the Egyptian do thing, Arab do finger like that, teasing a guy, like Shafet, you know, fingers. So 4 fingers, one of them Babu's finger. What the fucking you are talking about? Excuse my French. Huh? Allah said that he will beat them on their face and in their asses. Okay? The angel will come take their taking their soul. They beat them in their faces and their asses. This is in Quran. So the asses they are trying to associate it with Allah. This ass called silwa. From it the salah. When the horse running, his silwa move like that. And when you brow prostrate your silwa like that. And when you go down, you have silwa movement. So Ibn Taymiyyah will tell you that God goes down like me going down from here. So it means I have to twist my ass muscles to come down. Is this God you want to believe? This is an idol. This is not God. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, beyond all this physique they are introducing, this idol is 4-finger idol, throne, sitting on it idol, sitting on it, no, not sitting, it's just touching, but please don't sit, otherwise we'll get in trouble. And, oh, this is not good, very bad. And all this not in Quran, Hadith. And Quran full of verses, not to associate with Allah, don't use your own, stuff. Don't bring your shit to the Aqidah, okay? Cheap shot. And a lot of them sometimes be gang and wear Islamic clothes and become a boss because you want to manipulate money, laundering money or whatever. And we know that for a fact. We know that people collect millions of dollars in the name of Islam. And they know themselves. So don't tell me you have pure thought to describe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are a slave of the dirham and dinar, of the ringgit and rupee and dollar. This is what you are slave of. Okay? Allah doesn't look to your bodies, He look to your heart. You look in your heart, you found the ringgit and found the dollar. So you are in trouble. So Islam, we need to have pious people. We need to produce generation of loving and caring and worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the night, reciter of Quran with understanding. Intentionally, the education system and all the school collecting bishara and all this, no understanding. The guy sit down, read Quran, doesn't understand of it. Study a lot of science, don't understand. And read it, say, oh, we're doing Jawi. What you mean Jawi? We write it in Arabic, the same English. What difference it makes? Just give me understanding first. So they waste a lot of time trying to do tools. And instead of going straight to the hardcore, this is the reason we give you Prophet Muhammad talk in your language, his seerah, his tafsir, his hadith, his miracle, his characteristic, authentic hadith. Nobody can, doesn't need to be verified. This is Prophet Muhammad talk in another language, you cannot verify it. You verify yourself. Okay? We don't need permission of anybody. This is Prophet Muhammad authenticated by the whole class of scholar bringing all this sound hadith, describing his aqidah in 1500 hadith, blah, blah, blah. Okay? So what we summed up, we went after this, people want to mess up with us. We went after the methodology of PhD and all this is no good. So it means we're back to square one. You are a believer, you grown up, you are now maybe 20, 30, 40 years, you don't go to Mahad, alhamdulillah. If you go to Mahad, you better ask Allah forgiveness for doing money. Get out of working for Islam for money. Go work in the market, make money, okay? And look after the poor, the widows, the old people. Start being active. Drive with your car window down and help people and answer. And be generous, be boy for the poor. And don't go through establishment. Con artists, they take millions of dollars. Say, take millions of dollars, zakah, and we don't have a report. I respected Afro-American Muslim in Chicago. They have all the donation in piece of paper, and also the community, the Afghani community. They have all the prices. Everybody paid everything on the masjid outside. And where is the money gone? So you pay $100, you know where it's going, and your name there, you paid it. If you want fa'al khair, anonymous, you'll still see it. $100 anonymous, this is the total. But in other countries now, they take millions of dollars and get hidden, and they do is corruption. Okay? And maybe they play stock in it. God knows what is going on. All right? Then I give you example of the Jerusalem Trust, which they sucked $15 million from people, and they never give it to the camp people. No wonder these people are for years suffering there. And instead of setting up some businesses and tailoring and things and get the people out of their misery there. So everybody cashing on the Muslim. They make millions of dollars cashing on the status of ghetto status, not taking the money and not paying to the people. This is not like cutting hand. This guy will be cut completely in hell in pieces, not only hand cut. Hand cut when you cut $25, $100, whatever, they cut your hand. This guy is going to be cut in pieces. This guy will never see the Prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You tell me, oh, he said la ilaha illallah. Hey, come on. We already agreed in the tomb. You will never say Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is my Prophet, Allah is my Lord, unless you are in the status of the Imam and you're practicing. It's a profile, not a tongue, not like a sheet. Oh, I cheated the angel. He came, I told him, Muhammad, say, oh, bravo, you are a good boy. No, 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 no. If you are not in the status, your tongue will not be able to say it. But you say, every day I say Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. No, no, no. You have to be in that profile of good buys. Prophet say, Al-Islam sah, Al-Salah sah, Al-Siyam sah. Islam is like a stock exchange, different shares. And if you don't have a share in Islam, you are disappointed, you are lost, you are bankrupt. So you have to start praying at night, you have to fast. Otherwise the door of Rayyan, you will never enter from paradise. So doors of will open for you because you are no good for paradise. Oh, but I am a Muslim. And come on. We don't want to say, you say you are a believer and that things, or you think Islam need you. You need Allah and His Prophet. You need Islam. And you have to work with, earn it. You have to earn Islam. Not to spoil, oh, you are Muslim, mashallah. You are a very good boy. Especially people in the West. Oh, you are Muslim in England. Wow, you are very good. Hey, your masjid in the court now? Do you bring to this party or this party in the court? And who's the managing? A guy from the church managing the masjid now because the court appointed him. So these are the masjid which is going to represent Prophet Muhammad to the English people. Give me a break. So we have a failure everywhere. All this because we have a money mangler people wearing the right clothes, telling you the right things, hypocritical, and hijack the whole Islam. To the extent, I just want to know a pious man. Just give me a guy and go meet him. He's man of the Lord. Not in the money, sitting and everybody loving him and coming. Around him, they get guidance. Guidance by just being in his company. One day, I went to Sheikh, his name Muhammad al-Fatih, very pious man, all night praying, reading Quran all day. One of the top ulama of Sudan, his knee, the bone of his knee is from praying so much, the knee have problem. It's been already used a lot, so he couldn't have problem. So he went to Sudan, he went to Sheikh Fatih, I tell you his story. He went to get medication, and this will be the next step.